Braden Horton, the center fielder, with 1 on and 1 out. A tough customer for Matthew Kasperwitz. And Sean Mindos, another one on deck. This is the heart of the Batavia order. Not going to be easy for Kasperwitz the second time through. Struck out 3 of these first 4 batters back in the first inning, but as the game goes on, things could get harder for Caspi. And there's a liner into right field for another base hit. Headed towards third, it's Tyler Castrotaro. Runners on the corners for Batavia. Muck Dogs have their 4th hit of the day, and they are threatening in this 3rd inning. Matthew Kasperwitz struggling once again in a start. The last time Kasperwitz started a game, the Auburn Doubledays beat the Americans 11-5. Americans don't have to see the Doubledays again in the regular season, but chance they'll face off in the playoffs, depending on how the seeding shakes out. It's looking likely, with 1 league left in the season, that the 2.5 game ahead Muck Dogs will be the 1 seed. The real question is how the 2-3-4 shake out. Pop up into the shallow outfield. Huang backing up and now moving over. He makes the grab. A nice track down for Ian. He was not in the right spot initially, but motions for it and makes the catch. It's 2 down. Matthew Kasperwitz with the chance to strand these runners on 1st and 3rd as Jackson Inman, the lefty, comes up. Inman, a strikeout victim of Kasperwitz. Kasperwitz had 3 strikeouts back in the 1st inning on these top 4, none since. The only one of the top 4 batters that Caspi did not strike out the first time through is Braden Horton. Horton 1 for 1 on the day with a single and a hit by pitch. But the foul ball for strike 1 on Inman here. Inman, the lefty, looking to tack on a 22nd RBI, possibly even more. If he goes extra bases here, could have 2 or 3 RBIs. And pickoff attempt on first, unsuccessful. Slide safe for Braden Horton. Sean Mindos was retired for out number 2. Castrotaro and Horton on the corners. Tyler looking to score from 3rd with Inman up to bat, down 0-1. Caspi delivers on the 0-1 pitch. It's another foul ball. Horton had second base but has to go back. Matthew Kasperwitz 1 strike away from his first strikeout since inning number 1 and would come against a familiar customer in Jackson Inman. On this bright Sunday afternoon, the Muck Dogs looking to take a multi-run lead over the Americans. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's just outside on the breaking ball. Horton takes second that time around. He has another steal to add to his tally. So now 2 runners in scoring position. No force play available at first base, but just 1 out required for these Americans to get out of the inning. Can Kasperwitz do it with the K? Instead, a pop-up into foul territory on the left side. That goes out of play. Keeps Inman alive. Jackson Inman. A big moment for Batavia. Can blow this game open in the 3rd inning of work. Up for just a second time. Looking to avoid the second strikeout and knock in these Batavia runners. Horton and Castrotaro in scoring position, and it's inside. A wild pitch. Hits Inman. So no runners allowed to come in, but the bases are now juiced for Omar Carreras, who is on fire for these Muck Dogs. 0 for 1 today, but an amazing recent stretch for Omar, and Kasperwitz has nowhere to put him. Been a tough 3rd inning for Kasperwitz. Might as well call him Houdini if he can get out of this jam. It's about the toughest it's been for him all game and arguably all season. Upstairs, ball 1. Carreras, the second baseman, a late joinee of these Muck Dogs. Got a real dog here in the press box right now. Apologies if you hear any barking, but the 1-0 pitch is upstairs. Matthew Kasperwitz Had some great command of the strike zone early in the at-bat against Inman, now struggling to find that command back. 2 consecutive balls to start off this at-bat with Omar. Now down the pike but high. Kasperowicz looking to avoid the 4-pitch walk. If he walks Carreras here, a run comes in. The Muck Dogs lead 2-0. 2 down. This is a crucial out for Matthew Kasperowicz. Can he get out of the jam? No, he cannot. Ball 4 inside. Castrataro scores. Horton to third. Inman to second, and Carreras on base. Muck Dogs lead 2-zip. Matthew Kasperowicz has given both of those up in just 3 innings of work. More specifically, 2 2/3. He still needs the final out in this inning. Caspi up to 49 pitches in 3 innings. Both pitchers struggling with pitch count despite high strikeout totals. That finds the outside corner for strike 1, and just like that, Kasperowicz's command of the strike zone is back against Bolton. James Bolton. Product of Cortland down 0-1 in this count early. That one further low and away, but still manages to find the corner for strike 2. Here's another 2-strike count for Kasperowicz. He's had a lot of those since the first inning, but his last K was on Jackson Inman the first time through the order. Can he strike out another here? Yes, he can. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Matthew Kasperowicz gets out of the inning with just 1 run allowed. We'll send it to the top of the 4th.
Williams has continued to stand out all day long. She serves it up. Picked up by Escobar to start off. Cronenberg the set, but that is rejected on the kill attempt for McGrath. McGrath on her second try finds the back row inbound Union point.
Precision, accuracy, execution. That's what you need to score points in a volleyball game. And when it comes to Union, what a way to bounce back once again after a timeout. But we said that a couple minutes ago, Andrew. They got to keep the momentum going on their side.
Yes, definitely. And now Madison Bailey in for Union to serve. Haven't seen much of her yet. Set up by Williams. Sayer, the soft touch, and that gets the job done. 17-9. Williams Smith will not let Union have any momentum in this one.
It's just a matter of IQ once again. IQ and placement, and Malia Sayer has all the capabilities of being one of the best volleyball players in the entire state of New York, Andrew.
And just like that, Sayer back to serve. Cronenberg set. McHarren unsuccessful. It was too soft. And now Fulton with a kill attempt that just goes way too far. So you kind of saw the 2 extremes there. Union too soft, and then Emily Fulton too hard. Feels like a Goldilocks situation. Who's going to get it just right?
Exactly, Andrew. When it comes to the power, as I've mentioned plenty of times already, William Smith has a lot of power on their side.
Cronenberg to serve. Williams sets it up, and a soft touch by Newsome. Gets up high, and it makes a difference.
I mean, absolutely. The vertical of these ladies on William Smith are absolutely incredible. They can just, nice little soft touch. I'm not even sure if I could jump that high, Andrew. It's absolutely incredible to see what they can do on the
I don't know if either of us could jump high. There's just some height advantages down on the court that we don't have. But Cronenberg sets it up. McGrath tries to finish. William Smith collects it. And a soft kill attempt by Von Dolan. That goes out of bounds. 2 wide, and Union gets this right back. 18-11. They're still hanging around.
The big break, but you're going to need a lot of momentum to come their way because Union will be 7 points away from taking the first set.
Haven't had big streaks of points coming their way. McGrath serves. Williams sets it up, and the kill attempt by Fulton. Union tries to dig it, McGrath, but they cannot. 1 touch, and then nobody else recovers the ball.
This is just absolutely incredible. It's a showcase of power that the William Smith goes from right to left. The ball going from right to left. They're just so strong every single time.
Now Fernandez to serve. Yes, William Smith, lots of power. Cronenberg sets it up, and that's too strong for Pinciero. William Smith keeps it going, 20-11. Not the year, but the score.
Now it's a 9-point deficit if you're the Garnet Chargers, and it's looking like it's out of reach for the set at least.
Fernandez serves it. Nobody able to recover for Union. Another service ace for the Herons. That is their 4th as a team, the 2nd for Sydney Fernandez.
And this is just not the Union Garnet Chargers that we're used to seeing here, Andrew. It's a lot of miscommunication so far.
Fernandez, the defensive specialist, serving again. Nobody home. 22-11. Fernandez has a 3rd service ace.
Well, Georgia Poole, 3rd in Liberty League in digs per set. Tried to go for that one, but unsuccessful there.
Fernandez up again. Cronenberg sets it up. McCarron finally breaks up this streak for the Herons. Gets Union the ball back. This is probably their last cry of hope if they want to come back in this set.
You're absolutely right, Andrew. Down 10, you're going to need to score a lot of unanswered points right now.
Georgia Poole, the libero, now serving. First touch by Sayer. Williams sets it up, and it's rejected. Jalen McCarthy with the kill attempt. Union's ready with the blockers up front.
Now back to the discussion. You are listening to VIC Weekend Sports Talk Shows.
Welcome back to Cities of Champions. We're going to touch on the NBA real quick, but we also have to get into our brackets here. We've been competing over the last couple of weeks for the best bracket, and we all still have our champion alive, so that's encouraging to see. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about the Boston Celtics, because they just had pretty much the biggest win that you can have in the entire NBA. Took down the Oklahoma City Thunder on Thursday night. And yeah, they lost to Minnesota on Sunday, but if you can beat Oklahoma City, you can really beat anybody. The problem is it's because the three-pointers were hitting at a ridiculous rate. 43% of threes were hit against the Oklahoma City Thunder, whereas in that Minnesota loss, 27% of threes. So I guess when it comes down to it for these Celtics, it's any given night. But at the same time, I do like their chances if you extend it to a 7-game series. So I'm a little bit conflicted on whether they can make a title run despite still being live or die by the 3.
I mean, to start, OKC has proven over the last couple weeks that they are human. They now have 16 losses on the season, which is so high. I don't know how they're doing it. They must feel so bad they have 16 losses.
Yeah, because they didn't even have double digits in 2025. Now you turn the calendar to 2026, and they're good, but they're not the same anymore.
They're beatable, which is encouraging for the Eastern Conference and everyone else around the Thunder that they are actually beatable at the moment. But for the Celtics, like you said, that 3-point shooting is not sustainable over a long period of time. It'll happen from time to time. The Celtics are going to have games where they're draining their threes, unlike no one else. But I don't think it's too much of a thing to worry about at the moment.
Yeah, what makes me confident that the Celtics are gonna have the chance to go far this year is 2 things. Now that Jason Tatum's back, there's really only 2 things that I'm focused on in terms of the Celtics making a deep run. First of all, you have 7 games. This isn't the NCAA. It's not one and done. You can have a bad night and still win a series. So that's one thing about this Celtics team that encourages me that they can make a deep run. The second thing is, while this offense is inconsistent, under Joe Mazzulla, this defense has been incredible, and I think that has been a stronghold consistency for this Celtics team. And if you can play good defense, defense wins championships. They say it constantly, and Joe Mazzulla, I think, is establishing himself as one of the best defensive coaches in the NBA.
I would disagree with that.
Really?
I think he's more so establishing himself as one of the best offensive coaches in the game today, because right now the game is live or die by the 3, and the Celtics just happen to be the best team.
They're the masters of it.
The Celtics, I hate how you are right about that the Celtics are the best, are a 3-point shooting team, but that is what they are. They are the master of shooting the 3, and it's painful to say, but it's hard to rely on that for a long stretch of time because you do have to play good defense. I'm not saying he has a bad defensive structure. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think he is the master of the defensive structure like he is the master of the 3.
I mean, I'm impressed that you're actually hyping up the Boston Celtics coach right now. I was talking about, he's a great defensive mind, and then you double down and say he's a good offensive mind too. So with that, like,
I take it all back.
Could you just say Joe Mazzulla Coach of the Year right there?
No, actually, realistically, I think there is a world where he does it, and I will tell you why. Because Tatum was out for how many games did Tatum end up missing? 65?
Yeah, almost 65. I mean, he got back at the start of March, so you're really only playing
a month and a half of the season. It's a 6-month season.